Order in this homosexual court. It's the Honorable Judge Jacob Schubach.
And the Honorable Judge Ryan Gabbett. The disputes are real, the decisions are final, and the judges are still homosexuals. This is Gay Court.
Woo!
Hello, 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 and welcome back to Gay Court, the comedy podcast where we debate all things LGBTQ+.
Gay rights.
Gay rights!
And this week is dedicated to yet another pop star diva, Miss Taylor Allison Swift.
Are you ready for it?
So we're going to be discussing which Taylor era / album is the best, our favorite Taylor Swift moments, and we'll end with Let the Record Show, where we will be going through the infamous Taylor x Karlie Kloss fan theories. Now, this is the first time that we will have the guest host go through it, so be prepared for a true book report journey on this topic.
I'm excited.
But
before we jump into it all, we want to invite all of you guys to be part of the debate. Since we want you to do your civic duty and be part of Gay Court, send us your emails at gaycourtpodcast@gmail.com. Send us your queer conundrums, embarrassing dating stories, gay crimes. If you have anything else to add to the Taylor x Karlie Kloss fan drama theories, you know what? Just send us anything because, like we said last week, we need material.
we need the material. We need it because we're material girls. If you don't know what to write, be sure to follow us on social at Gay Court Podcast, where we'll be posting prompts, memes, anything we want. Ryan goes rogue on it all the time and posts pictures of me eating hot dogs from FaceTime. So if you want pictures of that, join the journey. And now this also seems like the perfect opportunity for us to introduce our gayliff of the week. Gavel slam, please. Introducing Caroline, who I know because we used to work together.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh.
Ooh.
Professions. Yeah.
Yes, I love a profession.
Hi.
Caroline, how did you get here today?
How did I get here? Well, first, I am Caroline. Pronouns are she, her. I'm a Capricorn, Pisces rising, you know. I spend too much time on the internet, both personally and professionally, which is, of course, how Jacob and I met. And I'm here today because, you know, I would riot if Jacob didn't invite me to be on for this episode to discuss Dr. Taylor Allison Swift.
Yes, that is true. I forgot
true.
the doctor. I forgot.
That's true.
Thank you for calling me out. That's fair.
Yeah.
Caroline, you will also be invited back when we ultimately do a Trixie Mattel episode because you are Trixie's #1 fan.
Yeah. My computer stand or this DIY thing I got going on is just 3 Trixie and Katya books stacked on top of each other.
So Caroline, you will be our acting gay bailiff, our gayliff as we call them, so lovingly so, and you'll be providing your thoughts and opinions throughout the podcast. But of course, since this is Gay Court, we need to do our swearing in ceremony first.
I haven't heard any of my gay friends
I've
use
never
this
heard
phrase.
this from any gay person.
A gayliff swearing-in ceremony is where we asked you to bring a gay item. Yes, a gay item to swear in on while you take the oath. Can you tell us what item you brought?
I can also tell you I have too many options just in this room to choose from. But I brought my framed Kelly O'Hara ESPN magazine cover from 2019.
Incredible.
It's right next to my Peloton to give you some inspiration.
Okay, and what like inspired this to be like the object out of anything else?
I mostly because it's the closest. I'm not a big reader.
Fair.
As I said,
As we all are.
my books are a computer stand, and this is the closest thing to a book I could find.
Oh, I love that. Incredible. Ryan, would you like to conduct the ceremony for us?
Yes. Caroline, put your right hand on the object,
Okay.
and then your left hand like this.
Flip your wrist, because you know.
Yes.
And repeat after me. I swear to slay the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Yes, God, period.
Oh, no. This is not true. I swear to slay the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Yes, God, period.
Perfect. Perfect.
I was so close to doing an Alyssa like tongue click, but I can't do it. I can't do it. No,
Who'd you
can't
say
do it.
that?
Huh?
Did you do
Jacob.
that?
I did that.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm very talented.
It's sickening and stupid, and you all care.
Multi-talented.
Yeah.
Multi-talented. All right, so let's go into some banter questions now that you're sworn in and on the stand, I guess. Caroline, when is the last time you played the gay card?
Yesterday.
Ooh.
Me, I'm like every single day.
Yeah. I emailed a TikTok artist. Her name is Hallie Torres. I wrote it down.
Mhm.
And I played the I'm getting married to a woman. Can you paint me something, even though you say you don't take commissions? And she has not responded. So I don't think she's going to.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Hopefully the gay card comes through, because like that seems like a reasonable reason for someone to open their commissions.
Yeah, but she's also gay. It's just, I don't know. We'll see. She does oil paintings of Taylor Swift songs. And so I would love to get
to
it.
Taylor.
You're gonna need to send that TikTok to us.
I would love to get it as like a wedding gift, but whatever. We'll see. I'll keep you updated.
I can't wait to hear.
All right. Caroline, what is the gayest thing you've ever done?
There's a lot to choose from, but I did meet my fiance at a drag bar in
Ooh.
Toronto. So
I love that.
Yes.
Are you gonna have like one of the queens come and perform at your wedding or no?
I wish. We're actually getting married. We're doing kind of like a shotgun wedding because
Ooh,
the
as you
Supreme Court
should.
might take that away. But then we'll plan something bigger and maybe we'll invite Lord knows how many drag queens to that. But yeah,
Oh my gosh. I
Very
can't wait
small.
to see the pics. Yes.
Can you invite
That's-
Trixie?
I would love to invite Trixie, but I have a feeling she's also will definitely not get back to me.
We'll keep tagging Trixie. We tag Rebecca
Yeah.
Black every single Friday because we love Rebecca Black and want her on the podcast. But we'll tag Trixie.
We tag
Forever.
anybody.
Yeah. Go
Las
for it.
Culturistas hates us by now.
Oh God.
They've retweeted us. They love us. Okay, final question. I know you've been thinking a lot about this one. Who is in your modern day Lady Marmalade?
So I changed it very last minute because I was discussing this at length yesterday, but I think I have to go Ariana.
Yes,
I think I have to go Megan Thee Stallion,
absolutely.
Mm.
Miley,
Mhm.
Ooh.
and Kris Jenner.
Okay, Kris Jenner's a wild card. Kris Jenner's a wild card. I love that. You know, she would offer something different to it. You know, you're right.
Have you not seen those TikToks? Where
But
she
you've been
stands-
Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
so she can do it.
we need a Kris Jenner episode now.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
We do.
Incredible. I think that takes us now to, I'm like wiping away tears. Gays on the Case, our first segment of the podcast. So Gays on the Case is where we look at something queer and dissect it. This week, we're going to be discussing Taylor Swift's best album and or era. So we might think one era was better for the aesthetics, but one album was better. So let's get ready to fight. That's what I wrote in the notes. I'm like, I'm ready to fight.
Yeah. Here we go.
Ryan, do you want to go first?
Sure. Best album. I'll start there. I put was 1989 because it has all the fucking bops. Like,
Yes.
what's on that album? Blank Space, Welcome to New York, all the fucking bops.
Welcome to New York is honestly one of like a banger.
It is a banger. I listen to it every single time I fly back into New York.
I mean, same. I think I've always done that.
Since when did this come out? 2014, 15?
2015?
2014.
2014.
Ah.
Caroline is the expert here.
She is the expert.
Yeah.
I also chose 1989 because duh. And I think my favorite song off of it is Clean. That one's on 1989.
Yeah.
Like if it's not, that would have been
Yes.
embarrassing. I'm like, that's just such a beautiful song and it's fantastic and I love it. Also, the Blank Space music video is one of her best videos,
Yes.
period.
At the Okeka Castle in Long Island.
That's in Long Island?
That's in Long Island.
Yeah.
One of my friends got married there.
What?
Yeah. I think it only had like a max of 100 guests because it's such like a expensive space because my friend who's getting married like looked into it, and her wedding is like 300 people, and she was like, yeah, it was like putting basically a down payment on a house.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you, like,
It would be, yeah.
can you go visit it though? Like as like a tour?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
It's
Yeah.
just literally a castle in Long Island.
But it's like, is it like gated? Or do I have to like jump over a fence to get in?
Does it matter?
I mean, I guess. Like I will jump in.
But yeah, I think I remember seeing my friend's story, and then she was literally at the castle for a wedding, and I like multiplied how many seats there were because I was like, how many seats can you have? And it was like literally like 100
Wow. At the Taylor Swift
Intimate.
Castle.
at a Taylor Swift
Yeah.
castle.
Caroline,
Fun
what,
fact.
what album did you pick for Miss
I
Taylor
mean,
Swift?
we're all agreed that 1989 is the best.
Because it's the best.
It's
on.
the best. It truly was her first, like, I mean, it was her first pop album, really.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And right now I've been very into Wonderland. I go through like different obviously, like Taylor, I go through different phases.
Yeah.
But Wonderland has been my song of the summer. So
Ooh.
yeah.
I feel like Cruel Summer is always my song of the summer, which I know is like
It usually starts my summers, yeah.
yeah, it's very on the nose, but I'm like, that song is also
Yeah.
banger.
It's great.
Okay, well, I'm glad that we're all in agreement, but I was like, I wish we could have fought a little more.
Oh, we're gonna fight in 2 seconds when we go into
Go into
the
what
era.
is the best. Beautiful. All right, let's take it away into the era. Ryan, would you like to go first?
I don't know. So I put Red, but I had a question. Can like Taylor's version itself be an era? Because I love how she's just doing her own thing now, basically.
I feel like yes, because she keeps doing things like where she's like unlocked from the vault, and like she has like
Yeah.
all those graphics where it's like try to do a crossword puzzle and figure out what the songs are and like stuff like that. So like
Like
there
10
is-
minute all too well. Like
yeah.
Yeah.
There is
I think that
continuity
was the
through the
era.
Taylor's version. Yes, all too well 10-minute version was an entire era. in and of
that's fair.
itself.
That is fair.
But yeah, I guess Taylor's version is an era.
So
But
that's
it's a
my
long
favorite
era, right?
It's a decade, I guess. How long is an era?
I would say an era is an album.
No, like in general. Like what's bigger than an era?
A millennium? I don't know.
Oh, that
Like a
sounds
Like
century?
scientifically?
Yeah, like
I don't
scientific,
know.
like
A
textbook
century, yeah, I
definition.
guess a century would be before a millennium. That's
So this is
probably
Taylor's
right.
century. Taylor's version is not an era; it's a century.
But like an era
Okay.
is like the Mesozoic era, which is like hundreds of thousands of years.
And technically, Taylor's version could be an era. We don't
It is
know.
timeless.
Yeah.
Through the digital age.
Yeah.
Love that. We do also love the Red era, but I chose Reputation. This might be a bad take, but I didn't love the Reputation album itself. Obviously, there's some like great
Ooh,
songs.
she's scared.
Oh no.
There's some great songs off of it. Obviously, like Look What You Made Me Do. Like you can really get into that.
That's
song.
not the great song off of that.
What is the great song off of it then?
Okay. Gorgeous.
Yes.
Dress.
Uh-huh.
Getaway car.
Getaway Car,
Don't
yeah.
blame
Getaway
me.
Dancing with Our Hands
I
Tied.
did something bad. Dance with our hands tied. I did
Mhm.
something bad. Truly.
So like everything else on the album.
Yeah.
I'm like, I would probably, no offense, but like rate Reputation pretty low in terms of my favorite Taylor Swift albums.
Maybe that'll change. Maybe I can change you.
Is there going to be a Taylor's version of Reputation, or was that after the?
There will be,
There
but
will
I
be.
think it'll be a very long time
Yeah,
if we ever get it.
fair. We're still waiting for 1989 Taylor's version because that one we will be
we are.
ascending. But I said Reputation because of the way that it rolled out, and I think that Caroline and I, we work in social media marketing, and I think her wiping her Instagram is like still
Yeah.
revered as like one of the social media marketing stunts of a lifetime. And I truly love every time when like a C-level executive is like, what if we wiped our Instagram? Like, wouldn't that be cool? And I'm like, Taylor Swift did it first. Like, stop trying to like redo Taylor because like it's not going to happen. Like, it's just not going to work. And also just like the snake. You got to love the snake.
Yeah. Snake is iconic.
I would much like to be excluded from this narrative.
A fun story is the director of Look What Made You Do, the music video, was dating a coworker at the time that he was directing it. And
one of his coworkers or one of your coworkers?
One of my coworkers.
Oh, wow.
Was dating him.
You're two degrees connection away.
No, but then a few months after it came out, they got engaged. So I always call her engagement ring the Taylor Swift diamond because it's literally paid for by. He also did Blank Space. He also did.
He's a very talented director.
Like he's like a very talented. Joseph Kahn. Google him. He's done everything.
He did Toxic.
He has worked with Britney. He's worked with him. Yeah, yes, very talented.
Get him on the podcast. Let's go. I got some things I want to talk about. Your career.
Yeah.
Caroline, what era did you choose?
I wish I could choose Reputation. I really do. But like, I have to step back from her music and her even aesthetic during that time. Mm-hmm. It was 2016. Girlfriend did not show up when we needed her to in terms of politics. Like, she was silent. Mm. So that's why I chose Lover, because that is when she really started to like, oh, I am complicit in this. And like the switch, somebody split the switch in her brain. So I really love Lover for that reason.
And she said gay in a song, so.
Yeah, and she did a lot of gay things around it, so.
Ooh, she released
Me, the single, on Lesbian Visibility Day, just so you know.
Oh, historic moment, mark it into the gay court history books. I also still kind of get upset that like in the Spotify version of Me, it doesn't include that spelling is fun, which I know is like a dumb line. I know it's terrible, but like
it's amazing.
I think it out loud every time. It's like spelling is fun. Yeah. Lost moments of the Taylor era.
Many lost moments, but
but here we are. Okay, so I think we need to debate some of the era of like which one is the best. So we have what? Reputation, Red / Taylor's version, and Lover. Okay, I would be willing to change my vote to either Lover or Taylor's version. I'm very easily swayed. I feel like Lover had a bunch of great songs, but Taylor's version, she's like really reclaiming the whole narrative.
Yeah, I would say Taylor. I would be swayed to Taylor's version.
Yeah, I feel like it's more inclusive of multiple albums.
Okay, so it's like her entire, all her albums, basically.
Yeah,
it's her whole thing. All right. Yeah. All right, are we ready for a ruling?
Yes.
The gay court rules. The best Taylor Swift album is 1989.
Yes.
Ryan, would you like to make the next ruling?
Sure. Gay court rules. Best era is Taylor's version, aka just all her albums.
Literally all of her albums. All Too Well 10-minute version. Play it on repeat.
That is iconic. But I do think when Taylor's version of 1989 comes out, we have to have an episode on that.
Oh, we'll have a very specific episode. Caroline will be back.
Yes. We'll film it that day.
We'll film it at the castle.
It'll just be me sobbing outside the castle.
Let us into the castle. Beautiful. Well, that takes us to segment number 2, Investigate.
Slay! Slay!
Slay! Slay!
So Investigate is where we cross-examine the same theme or topic. As we've mentioned, this week's theme is our favorite Taylor Swift moments. This woman has been around for decades. I don't actually know if she's been around. She's 30, right? That's decades, multiple, 3.
Yeah, yeah.
Like a decade and a
have
half.
we known her all 30? No, but she's been around for a minute.
Yeah.
So let's dive into some of these moments that we love of Miss Dr. Taylor Allison Swift.
Miss Doctor.
Miss Doctor.
Miss Doctor. Caroline, would you like to share one first?
Sure. I'm debating. I feel like I'm going to save my main one for when we go into our next segment. Okay. So I'll start with. And I'm gonna have to read this because it's gonna be it's like I couldn't memorize this. ATW, TV, TMV, LO, SNL. All Too Well, Taylor's version, 10-minute version, live on SNL.
Oh.
That was the moment.
I don't think I saw that actually.
You haven't seen that before. Fucking Joe Biden was there. Like,
I do remember that Joe Biden was there. I do remember that. Did I see?
It's an incredible, and Blake Lively was there with Ryan Reynolds, and oh, it was a moment. It really was.
Was she also the host that time, or who was the host?
No, it was somebody else.
Like, we don't even know who the host was.
I don't, and that's the sad. I know I can see his face because I've seen that clip so many times, and I've seen him like saying, "Ladies and gentlemen, Taylor Swift." Could not tell you his name.
Let me see. I'm curious now.
We gotta look it up. We're doing a fact check.
I'm doing a fact check. Wow, they're just like I Google it and they're like, oh, it's just all about Taylor. They didn't even mention him. 1 second.
No one knows his name.
No, it doesn't matter, I guess.
Mm-mm.
Oh wait, Jonathan Majors.
Who? Well, I'm glad we looked it up.
It says Jonathan Majors, and then the thing underneath it says Taylor Swift performs 10-minute version of All Too Well, Taylor's version, with the accompanying short film of the same name, written and directed by Swift and starring Sadie Sink and Dylan O'Brien, playing on a screen behind her during the performance. Swift's performance was the longest in the show's history.
Oh, we love.
She also appears in the pre-recorded "Please Don't Destroy Me" 3 sad versions.
Love that.
Yeah. So whoever Jonathan Majors is, I guess it didn't matter that day.
Sorry to that man.
To say it, I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is. I mean, he could be walking down the street. I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to this man.
I will say 10-minute Taylor Swift's All Too Well, 10-minute version, Taylor's version, all that stuff was in my top moments as well, because truly written by, directed by, I'm like, she probably held the camera and did the whole thing herself too. I was like, she was in that music video. She did a fantastic job. One of my personal favorite things to do at work is get really, really caffeinated and then just listen to All Too Well, 10-minute version on repeat, because my productivity like soars through the roof. I have a system here. Caffeine and Taylor Swift. What do you need to know? It's truly a fantastic vibe.
I love that.
Taylor's 10-minute All Too Well version was also on my top moments. I remember when it came out, just listening to it, laying on the floor, like over and over and over again.
Fair.
Yeah.
It was a moment.
It was, and I will never forgive my fiance for proposing to me on that day, because I was like, no. I need to be sad. This is supposed to be a sad day.
Did she plan that?
It was our anniversary too, so like, yeah, she planned it. But, like,
Taylor's really getting into the numbers specific to you. Wow.
Taylor's truly part of your life.
Yeah.
She truly is. Never met her, but yeah.
Are you gonna have a Taylor song at your wedding?
Probably. Yeah, we made a Spotify playlist of all of our songs.
I love that. I feel like the Bridgerton, isn't there a Bridgerton version of Taylor song?
We have a bunch of Bridgerton. I know like Girls Like Girls is on there or something, or like Girls Like
Blank
You.
Space
Something.
is like the Girls Like
It might be.
Yeah.
I think it is Blank Space.
Yeah.
Incredible. Have either of you seen Taylor Swift live?
No.
Me neither. That seems like a travesty, and I feel like someone from Taylor's camp should reach out to us and give us free tickets. It's just a thought.
So.
Or you invite Taylor to your wedding.
Too many, the guest list is filling up.
You wouldn't bump somebody for Taylor?
Oh, I'd bump my own brother for Taylor. I'm like, there's only 14 people coming to our wedding, so like, but yeah, really they can be bumped.
In terms of other moments from Taylor, I think this was in her Tumblr era when she was like really into Tumblr, but that video of her touching the heat lamp to see if it was hot, she like burns her hand and pulls it back really quick and like looks around to see if anyone saw. I'm like, that is an iconic Taylor moment, because like relatable content. We've all been at those parties where it's just like, what's going on here? Let me do something stupid.
Let me just touch fire.
An incredible vibe.
I love that.
We already talked about her deleting her Instagram. The video of her mom saying, "That's my baby and I'm so proud." Iconic.
So
One of my most used gifs.
Love that.
And my final point was we obviously have to talk about the plane because the plane is in the headlines nowadays. For those of you who don't know, she's been, putting some carbon emissions out into the world by using her private plane a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I would just like to pose the question, do we think it's the same plane as from the video in Look What You Made Me Do?
I wish. No, it's not, but I wish.
That'd be really cool if she just had her own private plane in the video, though.
Yeah, that'd be great. I will counter that point with she rents that plane out to other people, so it's not just her using it.
Yes.
I will also counter my own point and say if Taylor Swift was like, "Do you want to get on this private plane?" I would.
I feel like
obviously I love the environment. Like
door.
obviously, like we should stop the climate crisis, but I would be on the plane with the champagne and caviar, going to her like little house in upstate New York or Pennsylvania or wherever to write Folklore Part 3. I'd be on it in a heartbeat. Ryan, what are your other moments?
My other moments are her dancing in Valentine's Day, that movie, when she was like, she's like, "I'm not the head cheerleader."
Exactly.
I'm the head of the, like, I'm the dance captain or something. And she just does whatever that was, and it was great.
that was also when she was dating Taylor Lautner, which everyone was just like, Taylor and Taylor. It's like a little weird, but like
that was a moment,
I guess.
A gay move, yeah. A gay
also, when he was behind her when Kanye came up on stage and he didn't do anything.
I don't remember him being there.
He was behind her on stage at the VMAs 2009.
He was?
Oh,
yeah.
Selective memory.
Yeah, he's in the back.
He was erased from the narrative. Oh my God.
I remember the 2009 VMAs like it's the back of my hand, as we learned from the Lady Gaga episode. I love those VMAs. Anyways, continue, Ryan.
Her in Cats, just because Cats was a moment. And well, her British accent singing The Cavity was also a moment. But Cats, just Cats.
I didn't make it to that part of Cats. I turned it off.
I haven't seen any of it.
You made it. Didn't you make it like 1 minute in?
I made it 12 minutes in. 12 to 15. I can't remember for sure.
Literally just Jellicle Cats, because I think Jellicle Cats is literally like 15 minutes long.
When I saw the cats had shoes, I was like, it's not for me.
Oh my God. So they're doing a workshop in New York City on cats, but the cats are not actual cats this time. They're doing it as it's taking place in the ballroom scene. So it's ballroom cats. So it's like, I guess their theme of that ballroom is going to be cats, and each one of them is going to do like their own little moment, which makes sense because that's what ballroom is. Like
you better take video of that.
Somebody's going to show up and start licking their own butt. Like, I don't know what's going to happen.
And then
we'll see.
I'm very excited for ballroom cats.
I'm fascinated by that premise, and I can't wait to see videos.
Oh, my third moment was when Ellen scared her and her legs became jelly.
Yes.
Oh,
and then she lived in fear of Ellen every time that she went on the Ellen show.
We all live in fear of Ellen. Our birthday twin.
Our birthday twin. We're both born on January 26th, and so is Ellen.
Yeah, chaotic Aquarius is Aquarii, whatever. Yeah.
And Colton Underwood.
Oh, Colton Underwood, yeah.
Oh wow.
Our boy, a bunch of gay
Dream
people.
Team. Lady Marmalade.
Yeah. And the last thing I have is that picture of Taylor and Bruno Mars. That just lives rent free in my brain.
We'll post it on the Instagram for you.
Yes.
Put it side by side. It's amazing.
Fun fact: before you joined the
Zoom.
What is this? The Zoom call. We were like, how tall is Taylor Swift? So I typed in Taylor Swift height, and the picture that goes with the 5'11" is this exact photo, which I find funny.
We love that Taylor Swift is 5'11" and taller than Bruno Mars, I guess.
I think Bruno Mars is literally like 5'3". So
yeah, and she wears heels. So yeah.
True. Taylor hasn't played the Super Bowl, has she?
No.
She better sometime. Let's go, Taylor.
Eventually.
Caroline, do you have any other moments that you want to go through?
I mean, her 2016 July 4th party. I don't know if you guys remember this at all.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
it was just like supermodels at her fabulous house in Rhode Island, and it was great. And Tom Hiddleston, which I think was a PR relationship, but whatever, was wearing a shirt that says "I Heart Taylor," and I wish I was there. And then 2014 Victoria's Secret fashion show, which kicks off Karlie Kloss thing.
Oh,
yeah.
Ooh,
that was
Karlie.
a moment.
That's a nice pin into the next section. I can't wait.
Yes. Betty 2020 CMAs.
I didn't see that performance either. I'm behind on my Taylor Swift
performances. Lord.
I'm about to get dragged on Twitter. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, just the Betty narrative in general, when everyone thought that she was like coming out, and then they were like, no, it's a narrative about like another person and like their experience. I was like, Taylor, Betty, Allison, Swift. Whatever we had to do to like slot this narrative together.
Yeah. Her PR team was working hard.
All right. Caroline, did you have any other moments you wanted to review?
No, we can just get into that.
Oh, you're ready to jump into Let the Record
I'm
Show.
ready to.
Incredible. Should we make a ruling about our favorite Taylor Swift moments? I think we can each pick our own because otherwise we'll just fight forever because there's just too many Taylor moments. I'm going to choose my favorite Taylor Swift moment as when she touched the fire, because let's be real, hilarious.
Mine will be her dancing at Valentine's Day.
Throwback moments so far. Caroline?
Yeah, I'm not going to do it, or I guess it is a throwback. Whatever, it doesn't matter. The SNL All Too Well, like forever iconic, and gavel.
I'll edit in the gavel sound.
Yeah, dimple.
All right, well, that takes us to the final segment of the show, which is Let the Record Show.
You can't spell cats without TS, so.
So Let the Record Show is where we, normally Ryan and I, will present a case in front of the gay court and determine if it belongs in the gay court history books. So far, literally every single moment has gotten into the gay court history books. But for the first time ever, we have someone else presenting the case. Caroline, a subject matter expert on Dr. Taylor Allison Swift, will be taking us through a narrative. I will let you tee it up. I won't ruin anything. I won't spoil it. But we're looking forward to hearing what you have to share and determine if it belongs in the gay court history books.
My parents are going to be so proud. They're both lawyers. So like they've been training me my entire life to like.
Perfect.
And then I went in the other direction in terms of career. And I do need to preface this by saying like, this is not supposed to be outing anyone. This is just a theory that has no one has confirmed.
Yes, it's just for fun.
It's just for fun. But yeah, I'm going to put on the table that Taylor has been in relationships with women before, and has left many clues about that before.
She loves a clue.
Her music and in her life. And I mentioned earlier, she did release Me on Internet or Lesbian Visibility Day, like with a rainbow in the background. Like, sweetie, cool.
It's a little on the nose.
You're just a little on the nose there. But main thing we're going to talk about today is her and Karlie Kloss. But before we do that, we have to acknowledge her and Dianna Agron, because it really did set the scene for everything that's going to come. It even goes into Glee, which again, all of this is readily available on the internet. I urge you all to Google it.
This isn't your theory. It's a theory that was birthed from the internet.
No. It is not my theory at all.
And you're just recounting the theory.
And I'm just recounting it. And I did not make that PowerPoint. I do want to record the show. Because people have been like, oh, I thought no, I did not make it. I Googled it and I found it. So
Dianna.
But yeah. So Dianna, yeah. Taylor Swift and Dianna were reportedly or speculatively, I can't say words, were apparently in a relationship between 2012 and 2014. So red era leading into 1989. Speculation that a lot of 1989 is about Dianna Agron, not Harry Styles. A couple things to back this up. Oh yeah. A couple things to back this up. One, Taylor literally writes out Diana's name in the 22 lyric book. Like she writes out Diana's name. Everything's in lowercase except for the letters Dianna. Again, you can verify this. There's a great.
This is factual contractual.
This is factual contractual. I'm not going to go into all the details, but the timelines for when she wrote these songs in 1989 and when she dated Harry don't line up because it's documented the literal dates that she writes the songs because she writes them all in her diary, and they're either before or after her and Harry got together and broke up and got back together again. And also, like the one kisser is during one of her listening sessions where she was showing her fans, like, here, listen to this song. I'll bake you cookies. Blah, blah, blah. She mentioned that one of her exes bought a house nearby her, and everyone assumed it was Harry Styles. The problem is, Harry Styles had not bought his house next to her yet. The person who had bought a house near her was Dianna Agron. So,
we're in the deep into the Zillow.
we're deep. I'm going to. Diana also had tattoos earlier in her career. She does not. Well, she no longer has tattoos. Tattoos she did have were butterflies. The only songs of Taylor Swift that have butterflies in the lyrics are Clean, and Everything Has Changed. And Dianna Agron got her butterfly tattoos removed immediately after 1989 came out. The other tattoo she got removed, and the more known one, is Dianna Agron had a public Tumblr called Fell Down the Rabbit Hole until 2013. I remember reading
about this.
Yeah. And she used to have a tattoo that said, "We're all mad here," in reference to Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
Which is why I love the song Wonderland by Taylor Swift in 1989, because it is about falling down the rabbit hole and going mad. And that tattoo is no longer on Diana. She got it removed right after 1989 came out.
You are doing an excellent job of being a lawyer here, because I'm like, all the pieces are lining up.
They're all lining up.
There's no other way to explain this. Okay,
there is no other way to explain it.
Do Taylor and Diana not talk anymore? Do they follow each other?
They don't. They broke up, or they.
Allegedly.
And ironically,
allegedly.
So like you hear about this SwiftGround stuff, which you can now understand like why so many of her queer fans are like can latch on to Karlie a little bit more easily, because like she laid the groundwork.
Yeah.
Also, when she started hanging out with Karlie Kloss is exactly when she stopped hanging out with Diana. Like
it was
the dates, like almost
clean transition.
Clean transition. Yeah. And more clues. Their TikTokers do a much better job than I do of explaining everything, multiple parts. But that's Diana and Taylor. We can now talk about Karlie.
Close one chapter of the book and open the next.
Yeah. We go from 1989 to Reputation.
Okay.
And Reputation is about Karlie Kloss. And truly, Jacob, you got to listen to this. You got to try it again. Because like,
well, now that I have this context.
I'm not. I sent you a PowerPoint. I don't think you read it, but I will resend
skimmed
it.
I'll be honest.
Yeah, you skimmed it. But the most damning piece of evidence, legal, is the Big Sur 2014 road trip that Taylor and Karlie took, that Vogue called their Instagram love affair, and ironically used those photos to promote the 2015 Valentine's Day cover that featured Karlie and Taylor reenacting this road trip. If you haven't seen this, it's an amazing photo spread, and like many of the like photos are even referenced in folklore. But just a few highlights. Karlie tagged Taylor in a photo of a daisy. Taylor then drew a daisy in the lyrics of "Don't Blame Me." And the lyric goes, "I was once poison ivy, but now I'm your daisy." The photos themselves, and like the photos from the Instagram and the Vogue photo shoot, are just, they're not platonic. At one point, they're both wearing white dresses. Like, I mean, if my wedding turns out anything like that, I'll be very happy. But
Thrilled.
a lot of the photos from when they were in Big Sur even match the Cardigan music video aesthetic. Like they're photographed both looking up at a fallen down tree, and you can see a fallen down tree and like moss covered tree in the background of Cardigan. Anyways,
I watched this TikTok that you sent me this morning, and it does line up quite perfectly.
It lines up very perfectly. She's in a glass box, which is a very queer coded message. Yeah, so that's I would. Again, I could go into a lot more detail. I'm not going to go into a ton of details because it would take forever. Listen to Dress. It's a gayer Dress, the song. It's a gayer song than anything Fletcher or King Princess has ever put out.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna need to re-listen to that immediately.
Let me just
let me look up the lyrics. Dress lyrics.
Dress lyrics. Only about this dress so I could take it off. Our secret moments in a crowded room.
Okay.
They've got no idea about me and you.
Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. All this silence and patience, pining and anticipation. It's like, sweetie, you are two white heterosexuals. If you're talking about Joe Alwyn, why are you anticipating nothing? Just go touch him. It's not about a man.
I feel like I've just like unlocked, you know that meme where it's like the brain waves and like you can see like, what do you call it?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I feel like. I feel like I've like achieved a higher level of consciousness through this.
And then the last thing I will say about Karlie and Taylor is Karlie did marry a man in 2017, a Kushner of all people. So like war criminal, but you know, Jewish ceremony, right? He's Jewish and I guess she converted, which leads us to a folklore song called Right Where You Left Me. It might be Evermore. Don't quote me on that. It might be an Evermore song. They blend in my mind. But the lyrics go as follows. Right when I felt the moment stop, glass shattered on the white cloth. Everybody moved on. I stayed there, dust collected on my pinned up hair. They expected to find me somewhere, some perspective, but I sat and stared right where you left me.
Wow.
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 Wow. So.
I was like thinking.
And then there's a quote, there's this lyric from Champagne Problems, which is another great song. But it goes, 1 for the money, 2 for the show. I never was ready, so I watched you go. The headline from that Vogue article I talked about earlier was literally 2 for the show. And I rest my case.
The pieces are lining up.
Yeah.
Wow. I feel okay. Is there any like within the online discourse, like obviously there's like the PowerPoint, there's the TikTok girlies who are like all into this. Is there any like rebuttal where they're like, oh no, like they said 2 for the show because of this thing about Harry Styles or like something like that? Is there any like, oh no, you're wrong?
I'm sure there is.
But it doesn't get sourced to me.
I'm not on that side of TikTok. But the one I did send you where like they go through the dates of like when she wrote a lot of 1989. Again, because she fucking homo documents everything. So
we do love writing things down.
We love a journal. Yeah, the dates don't line up. Like, so I can counterpoint whatever counterpoint they have.
The timeline. The timeline is very important in judge things.
It is.
In law.
Law.
So it's great. And I will say, if you Google Taylor Swift, Karlie Kloss, 1975. Oh, wait, is that this song? Hold on, wait. I gotta be right. On this.
Taylor Swift, Karlie Kloss.
Try 1975. That's not right.
Oh, there's a picture of them in the stand somewhere.
Kissing.
The first article is an MTV article that says, no, Taylor Swift and Karlie Kloss weren't actually making out at the 1975 concert.
The fact that they had to put out an article disputing it is really interesting in my brain too. So yeah, it is a grainy GIF that everyone plastered all over Tumblr, but I like to think.
All of the links on the MTV website aren't even working anymore.
Yeah, they all were deleted.
Yeah, messy. Scrubbed from the internet.
Oh yeah.
Ryan, do you have any follow-up questions?
Can I see this PowerPoint?
I can send you both of them. My fiance sent me the one for Dianna Agron.
I want to read.
Yeah, Dianna Agron is the one, and then Karlie Kloss is the other one.
Okay, so I will say, personally, I think that you get 2 points. One, okay, maybe 3 points. 1 for Dianna, 2 for Karlie, 3 for inspiring us both to read, because we said at the start of this podcast that we're not big readers, but we will read a Taylor Swift PowerPoint.
We will.
Yeah. I mean, it's
We don't
also
read
pictures.
books.
Yeah,
I love
we don't read
pictures.
books. Yeah.
I love a good picture book.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I believe that this belongs in the gay court history books.
It does.
A fan theory for the ages.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. It does.
Shall we?
Yes.
Oh.
Gavel.
Oh,
Gavel.
Oh.
gavel. Taylor Swift,
Thank
Karlie
you.
Kloss, Dianna, fan theories. Allegedly.
Alleged.
All alleged. We don't know for sure. Into
Circumstantial evidence.
circumstantial evidence.
Mens rea.
Mens
Gay
rea.
court.
Habeas corpus.
Habeas corpus.
Habeas corpus. Sorry.
Added to the gay court history books. Congratulations on being the first guest to ever provide a, I don't know, dissertation,
I don't know. What did you just do?
Presented
A case?
evidence.
Presented a case.
Yes.
Yeah.
A case.
A case. We have a whole show about being gay court and we don't know any of the terms. Slay.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, though, that does take us to the saddest part of the show, the end. Wah, wah. Where we do our closing statements. So as any good courtroom would do, we provide our final thoughts and opinions and comments and concerns about this week's episode in a final bite-sized capsule. Ryan, would you like to go first?
Sure. Slay 1989. We love her. Slay All Too Well. We love her too. And I guess I'm going to learn how to read like Leah Michelle and read about Dianna Agron and Karlie Kloss.
We love learning to read because why?
Because reading is fundamental.
Come on, kids. Spelling is fun. Spelling is fun and reading is fundamental. My final thoughts are Dr. Taylor Allison Swift is one of the lyricists and creators of our lifetime. We love and respect that woman like no one else. She has given us content for decades. Yes, decades. And we respect no one like her. No one else like her, I should say. Finally, in conclusion, Taylor Swift's team, if you're listening to this, we would love to attend a Taylor Swift concert. Please, please. We really love her. I don't even think she's going on tour anytime soon, but we would love to be there whenever it happens. And I rest my case. Caroline, take us away.
The only thing I have to say is, Jacob, listen to her Reputation.
Okay, I'll listen to it. I'm going to do it right after this.
Yeah.
Incredible closing statement. One of the best we've ever had. So that was the episode. If you enjoyed it, be sure to find us on social at Gay Court Podcast. And then my handle is I Got Shubak, IGOTSCHUPBACH. And Ryan's is What's Up? It's Ryan, WAZUPITSRYAN. Remember, if you hear this and you don't follow, that makes you
I don't know, a bad follower.
homophobic. A bad follower and also homophobic.
A shitty person? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Caroline, is there anything else you'd like the fans to know?
Not really. I don't know. I'll plug my not myself, because you don't need to deal with my bullshit, but my friend Bobby, an old coworker Bobby, has an amazing TikTok called The Afternoon Special, where she breaks down movies and TV. So I very much encourage you all to go look at her on TikTok.
Yes, we love Bobby.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we worked with Bobby in the past.
Yeah, we worked with Bobby in the past.
We love Bobby. I don't know who that is.
She's great.
Great.
That's all you need to know.
And yes, like we said at the top of the podcast, if you'd like to tell us about anything and just give us material, please send us an email at gaycourtpodcast@gmail.com. And please rate us on all podcast media app things.
Platforms.
Because platforms.
Platforms.
See you next time. And we love Taylor.
Bye. Gay Court is a Perfectly Done Toast podcast production.